Presentations and videos are intended for general knowledge and entertainment purposes only. It should not be considered as legal advice or professional guidance. Additionally, any documentation or references to specific content are solely for the purpose of discussion and understanding. It does not imply endorsement, promotion, or support of said content. The views expressed in these videos and/or conversation are those of the individuals involved and do not represent any official stance or opinion. The content you are about to experience may contain strong language, including explicit words and phrases. This language is used for artistic expression and may be integral to the storyline or character development. It is important to note that the use of such language does not endorse or promote offensive behavior.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
It's harder than I like to think, but it's easy when you're by my side. No point in calling, you just have to see the fundamentals of our life tonight. Cause I've been looking at a photograph of you, and I've been thinking about all the ways you move. This isolation got me feeling like I'm moving my love. Yeah, when I wake up, I feel empty, not beside you. My whole life been searching just to find you. This quarantine, it hasn't got the right to keep us apart. Killing time, we got nowhere to be. You're sending messages I can't ignore. No contemplating, come here close to me. I'm bored at home, can't leave the house no more. But I've been looking at a photograph of you, and I've been thinking about all the ways you move. This isolation got me feeling like I'm losing my love. Yeah, when I wake up, I feel empty, not beside you. My whole life been searching just to find you. This quarantine, it hasn't got the right to keep us apart. Yeah, when I wake up, I feel empty, not beside you. My whole life been searching just to find you. This quarantine, it hasn't got the right to keep us apart.
Hello, hello, hello. How's everybody? Hear a little buzzing on my thing here. Hey, Days, good to see you. Glad you're here. This should be pretty funny today. So everybody get back, relax, and don't take anything that I say seriously at all. Okay, let's see. Where's my little thing, Bob here for satire? Okay. Good to see you, Cold Gamer and Crazy Chicken Lady. Hey, David Jones, good to see you. I'm a good neighbor for you, okay? I'm glad to have you. I love it when you're my neighbor, Gypsy, okay? How am I your neighbor? Okay, whatever that means. Are you in North Kakalaki? Is that what you mean? You're in North Carolina? I have no idea what you mean by that, David Jones. I know a Davy Jones. Wasn't he like, hey, hey, we're the monkeys. We're not monkeying around. Wasn't Davy Jones a monkey? Take the last train to Clarksville, and I'll meet you at the station. Whoa. Oh, you're from Florida. My dad lives there. I'm not from there. I got to go visit there recently. I guess that was last spring. I went maybe March or May. The lead singer of the Monkees. That's what I thought. Davy Jones. Yeah, thank you. That's what I thought. Yeah. Um. So I don't know if I had mentioned before or not, but we had tossed the idea around over at Rabbits of getting a wig, since it's sort of like the new fad right now for women is wearing wigs. They're coming back in fashion like our mothers wore. And we're going to wig out for New Year's. And so I made my husband go to get me one today that I had found online, and he was literally our neighbor. And but I'm shy about things like that. My husband's not. He was a repo guy. He'll walk right up on you in the middle of the night, take your keys from you, and your lunch. No, I'm just kidding. Used to be. But anyway, so I got my wig, and I've got footage of when I got it, and I thought it was kind of funny. So I will share that with you guys now. Ready? Here we go. All right, this is my husband picking up my wig for me. He's getting me my wig for wigging out New Year's Eve with Rabbit and Dazed and Lulu and Frankie and Sippin and all our friends. He's getting me my wig for wigging out New Year's Eve with Rabbit and Dazed and Lulu and Frankie and Sippin and all our friends. He's getting me a wig. There, he's leaving the money under the gift, and he's got the goods in his hands. What's he doing? Oh, he's taking a picture to make sure he knows that he paid. God. Who are you, fucking Amazon? Magnum thinks he's Amazon. What are you going to do, send him a picture of the money you left? Oh, funny. Here he comes.
Some purchases we open on camera because this is something I've never bought before, and this might be something that you would never want to buy. Shabba-bow-bow-bow-bow-bow. It's clip-in bangs! Oh, these are blonde. And how would one... Oh, they just slide in? Shaboo! It looks like a filter. They're so soft. Something about this makes me just want to yell at a cashier. Hey, hey! That's why I don't have bangs, because you guys aren't doing this all day. You're not just shoving these back out of the way. You guys aren't at concerts with these things just like, sugar bop, bow. I don't regret buying these at all. Look how much joy they've brought me in 10 seconds. These are better than I expected. Boo! She got them clip-in bangs. Yeah, only if she could clip in a personality. Who's that girl? She's snapped. They're in my mouth. If you ever wanted bangs, you just buy yourself a little try-on pair. Very universal. You don't flip them up, flip them down. I don't think you're ready for this jelly. I don't think you're ready for this. Oh my God, they go behind my ears. Sorry, what? I can't hear you over my bangs.
Is that funny? Yeah, so I got my wig today. I'm all ready. I have one more thing I've got to pick up for New Year's Eve, and then I'm ready for the party. I hope we're still doing it. If she doesn't do it over there, I'll do it here. We'll have a wigging out party here if she's changed her mind. Excuse me. Okay, so today I was going to talk about, I don't know what crossed my mind yesterday, but it did. Just throughout my lifetime, the weirdo neighbors I've had. And I don't know, maybe it was because we were over at oh, here's the picture of him leaving the money on the doorstep there. Like he's Amazon. And here's the finished product. Like Carol Channing. Diamonds are a girl's best friend. Diamonds. But I got to thinking about just all the different places that I've lived and how at times I didn't necessarily need cable TV. I just needed my yard chair. Go outside and watch my neighbors, right? Because there was always just I don't know, just oddity, right? I'm gonna tell you one. I've got several. If I have time, I will tell you a couple of them, but one in particular. David Jones wants to give Days or Gypsy hot chocolate. Thank you. I appreciate that. Here you go. There's just some hot chocolate, and here's just some hot chocolate and a donut. I'll give you some hot chocolate and a donut. Is that what you want? Here you go. Um, hey, how are you doing, Miss His? Good to see you. Hey, Kim and MC. Good to see y'all. Always good to see you. Okay. All right. Good to see all you people. So I was showing them where I got my husband to go pick up a wig for me this morning for the New Year's Eve party, wigging out for 2024. And I was sharing the video with them and the picture of the final, what it looked like. So if you wanted to rewind and watch that, that's what's in the beginning. Yeah, everything's good. How are you, Kim? If you want to watch that, just rewind. Okay, so I was as I was saying, getting back to the title of today's show, Weird Neighbors. I wanted to name it Weird Neighbors and Peeping Toms, but YouTube said no. You got to drop the peeping tom part. Okay. Yeah, it's really funny. Okay, so all right. When I was growing up, we had some neighbors up the road. My mom was very attractive. And when my dad left home, there were men that were always, sort of trying to be friendly with my mom. Let me cut your grass. Let me trim that bush. No pun intended. But there was this one guy in particular that would kind of harass us, to be honest with you. He would look in our windows. He would try to break in the house when he was high on drugs or drunk and, like, trying to get into the door. And in the neighborhood that we lived in, this wasn't like, normal. So he kind of stood out as a, oh, it's just so and so. I won't say his name. We'll say his name is um Bobby Brady. We'll make up a name, Bobby Brady. And oh, we said, oh, that's just Bobby Brady trying to, break in the house. You're in the wrong. Our houses were similar. We didn't know if he was purposely trying to get in on us or if he was just at the wrong house. And we would, Bobby, you're at the wrong house. Going home, going home. And I was very, very little, knee high to a duck, still sleeping in my mom's bed. I hadn't even started school yet. And I remember these stories of this peeping Tom. And he was known in the neighborhood of watching girls trying to dress or that sort of thing. He had that reputation in the neighborhood. Moving on, as I got older and got an apartment of my own, I left my daughter's father and moved into a suburb apartment by myself. And ironically, I got into reading true crime then. And I had been reading the Albert DeSalvo story, The Boston Strangler. And it talked about, how he would knock on the door and maintenance, and that's how he would gain entry. Or he would slide in while girls would take their garbage to their dumpster. He would sneak in while their door was still ajar. Well, I became sort of hyper vigilant about my surroundings at that point reading this book. And I noticed it was like the summertime and my windows were open and I had these rose colored shears. So it like shaded the sun, but you could still see throughout it. um, and see in it, unfortunately. But I remember this guy moved in across the apartment complex from me, and it was so close in proximity that you could really see inside his apartment. And I was single and was curious. So I would watch him, get out of his car and go into his apartment and that sort of thing, and just curious about him. Where's he come from? Why did he choose living here? Um, it's a two-bedroom. Does he have a kid to play with my kid? Kind of just curiosity, right? And I think dark looks better. Yeah, me too. I look like Carol Channing. I instantly look like I need to see the manager, right? Hey, Martha, good to see you. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. So I'm talking about voyeurism and peeping toms and the exhibitionist. I guess you could say is the right terminology, right? And I was in my 20s, right? I might have been like 20, 21, something like that. And I noticed that he would open his window shade wide open and have absolutely nothing on, absolutely nothing on. And I, caught my eye. I was like, "What are you doing? Let me close my shades for God's sakes." Because my thinking was, if I can see him walking around stark naked, what can he see in my apartment? Even though I had these rose, blind or not blinds, but rose shears. They were shears, and then of course I had the two panels on the end that I could pull shut. But I I'll never forget thinking to myself, what is in someone's mind that thinks you want to see that? Yeah, I was single and curious and that sort of thing, but put your clothes on, you're going to catch cold, right? Is my thinking. And I may have lived there a few, maybe 6 months later, and I wound up moving, I think, all the way to Oregon first. Yeah, I think it was Oregon I moved to after that. And I moved to Oregon for a while, didn't like it, and came back and got sort of my old apartment back. I was in number 8, and they were like, "Well, we just rented yours, but we've got one with carpet." And, back then that was a luxury for me. My rent was $225 a month, if that tells you anything. And I was like, "Hell yeah, it's number 6. All right, I'm back in the saddle again." So, but it wasn't the same apartment. I always wondered whatever happened to that guy that was always walking around naked. And he was an attractive guy and everything like that, but the creepo factor was going off. Put on, you're gonna get pneumonia for God's sakes. And then let's see, I've had neighbors where literally, when I was living in this trailer park in Gastonia, North Carolina, Stacy Tucker's is the name of it, back in the 90s. There was always hell raising going on. And if you're from the area, hell yeah, she ain't lying. She ain't lying. If you was off South, if you was off in South Gastonia, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so anyway, there was a railroad track, or there is a railroad track that runs right through it. And there was these homeless guys that would hang out in the tall grass at the railroad tracks, especially during the summer. And it was almost like Hee Haw. If you've ever watched Hee Haw, have any of y'all watched Hee Haw, where they pop up out of the hayfield and they go, "Hey!" And they'll holler your name, and then another one will pop up out of the hay? That was them. I can't remember their names except for one. I believe his name was Royce. Super nice guys. My heart just instantly, just super nice people. They were just had, an alcohol problem. And his buddy had a goiter on the side of his face. And I don't remember how I got talking to them one day, but I did. I heard them. This is how it was. I heard them, their bottles clanging one night in the middle of the night. And I don't know why, but instead of scaring me, it gave me comfort knowing that it was just them, if that makes sense. And so they would lean up against my trailer. And it was almost like the only thing between my head and their head was my headboard, the wall of the trailer, the siding, the brake lights, and then, just kidding. And then Royce's head and his bottles. So one day I went out there and I was like, y'all are loud as hell. I got to get up and go to work in the morning. Y'all be quiet. And they're like, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And I said, here, let me give y'all a sandwich. And I let them come in, let them shower. I gave them a sandwich. And I was like, why don't you do something about that goiter on the side of your face? Because it's so big and you're such a nice guy and you should get help. He says, you know that I went to the emergency room about it when it was real small. And they said that it would be cosmetic surgery and I wouldn't be able to have it removed. It's like one of those pimple popper moments. Have you ever watched Pimple Popper? And I felt so bad for this guy. But anyway, yeah, those were like some of, if you want to call those neighbors. And we would sit out in lawn chairs and just shoot the shit and drink beer. And when it was time for me to go to bed, they'd go out behind the back of my trailer and I would go inside my trailer. It was almost like I had my own protection. Yeah, they were kind of watching out for me because they knew I was single and in a rough part of town and all alone. And, I didn't really, I was sort of green to the street scene, if you know what I mean. And no, I didn't mean to rhyme. But that's sort of another. Do y'all have any odd neighbors or weird neighbor stories like that? Do y'all have any? Do you want to share with me? 'Cause I got a lot more. I've moved a lot of places. Let me tell you about this other guy. We have moved to the beach. This is a true damn. All these are true stories. Maybe. Like y'all know sometimes I'm full of shit. Some of it's true, some of it ain't. You'll have to decide. Okay. I was living at the beach, and this elderly man that lived in a corner apartment would come bring me a can of vegetables and say, can I bum a cigarette? And he would have this can of vegetables or green beans or black eyed peas or whatever. And he was trying to pay for his cigarette. And I thought, well, what a nice guy, right? And I had this two-person recliner velour that me and the kids would hop up in and watch movies on movie night. And it was real wide velour and comfy and cozy, and we could all recline and take a nap in it sometimes. And I invited him in one afternoon, and he's sitting there, and we're kind of shooting the shit. And I told him he didn't have to give me his can of vegetables for my cigarettes. He could just go ahead and keep them. And he gets up to leave, and I noticed there's a huge wet spot in the damn seat. And the guy had peed all in my velour damn two-person recliner. I wished I had taken the can of beans now. I wished and then it was like, you know what? My husband is wanting to get a new couch. He wants to gift you this one. He did. Oh, really? I can have it? You sure the hell can. You can have it. Matter of fact, right now. That's a true story. Maybe. Maybe not. It's YouTube. Anyway, so we get the neighbors together to help us carry this heavy ass, trying to finagle it out the damn door to get it out of our living room because it smells like this man's pee. And we move it down to his apartment. And then it's like, the job done. Thank you. Have a great day. True. Yeah. It's like, here you go. You just marked your territory, buddy. I hope you've got room for this in your living room because you're not leaving without it. Right? Oh my gosh. Oh, I've had some strange neighbors. I have had some. Oh my god! It's like when we didn't have cable. Sometimes it's like, what do we need cable for? Let's just open up the blinds or get a yard chair. It's the truth. I moved into this apartment complex when I was going through my divorce from my first husband, and at the time we were amicable for moments, periods in time, in space. We would all be amicable. And I was joking around with his now, no, I guess they're divorced too now. Anyway, he remarried and she stopped by and she's like, so what are you doing with your lawn chairs sitting outside of the apartment? I was like, I'm watching the damn neighbors. My cable's out. There was constantly girls scrapping, high school girls, because it was an apartment complex, getting off the bus, and before they could even get to their damn apartment and open up the door to come in from school, they were in a fight with books everywhere, just scrapping. I don't know who these girls were, but they lived like in opposite sides of the apartment complex. And before they got to their door, they were scrapping. And it was just kind of funny. I was like, "What are you doing hanging outside?" I'm like, "I'm watching my neighbors, man. This is better than Jerry Springer." Yeah. So, gosh, I could go on and on about some damn weirdo neighbors. Oh, let me tell you about this one I had when I was real young. I was, I had, let's see, I'd already had Amanda. She was about 2, I guess. So I was like 19, maybe. I hadn't left her dad yet. And we were living in an apartment. Not really in the city, but it was near the mall area. So it was kind of a nice, area and something you wouldn't expect this. But this woman moved in next to us and she was heavy set. And when I would be trying to read my daughter, bed night stories, I loved to read to her. She just soaked it up like a sponge. And that was our cuddle time, was when I would read to her and put her to bed. And the headboard was up against a wall that I shared with this woman next door. And you could hear her with whips, chains, moaning and groaning and shaking the wall. I mean, it was like sometimes she would open her window. And it was another example of exhibitionism, I guess, along with some sadomasochism and BDSM, right? And I'm like, "What in the heck is going on?" And people would come and go, come and go, so it, like, didn't take long for me to figure out what she did for a living, or, she was just spreading a lot of love is all I could say. But it was like, "Mommy, mommy," I'm trying to, like, read bed night stories, and these apartment walls are so damn thin that I could hear her just, getting her swerve on in the afternoon. Ah. Love in the afternoon. She was beating the shit out of these people. They were like, oh, oh. And here I am, you know, trying to read Wilma, you know. True story. Maybe, maybe not. It's you too. You decide. I might be full of shit. She really did, though. Maybe, maybe not. But anyway, yeah, we didn't live there long. Or you know what? It seems like we moved out before she did. So it wasn't a reason we moved out. We got a place closer to where we were working. But I do remember thinking I had to like start bringing my daughter into my bedroom because it was so damn loud all the time over there. It was like, good grief, take a break, lady, smoke a cigarette so I can read a bednight story. Yeah, I had to like move her back into bed with me. And here I was like, she was sleeping in her own bed at 2.5 and this, that, and the third. And then it all changed and she was back in bed with me. And then when I moved, it was like trying to break her again and weirdo freaking neighbors, right? How about you? Hate neighbors and I don't miss them. I hear you, crazy chicken lady. I remember growing up when I moved in with my dad. he was like, "Don't look at anybody. Just walk straight to the car. Get into your car." It's like, "Don't look at the dogs. They'll follow you. Don't look at the neighbors. They'll talk to you." And it's kind of funny though. I'm kind of social though. I can't help it. I'm like, "Hey, how you doing?" And then it's like, "Damn, why did I speak to them? They won't leave." Right? Anyway, I have had some strange neighbors. Yeah, I had this one that was sort of infatuated with my grandson. I'm not really sure why, but she was. And she would bring him silly bands. And one day she brought us all stuff. And I realized that she had been wearing a girdle and had been to Walmart. And I thought, are you giving us stolen goods? Right? Is that how you're always able to afford all these silly bands? Is that girdle? You know those girdles they wear, right? That we see in on cops when they catch the shoplifters. It was one of them. She brought me some bras. I said, but why are they in your girdle? I don't understand. Later I figured it out. It's like, that's why she pulled those bras out of that girdle, honey. That's why she had those silly bands in her girdle, I think. Maybe. I don't know. I loved living in these one apartments. They were filled with kids. I became oh, did you really? That's fantastic. An activity director. That's fantastic. Yeah, I like good neighbors. Right now, where I live, it drives me crazy. It's like I love the inside of the apartment somewhat. I like that it has a skylight. I like that I have room for my studio, but it's a quadruplex. There's 2 on the front and 2 on the back, nobody above us. I like that too. But the one behind us, they are loud and but they're all nice, you know? They're all very nice. That's one thing I like about living in a Hispanic community. Everyone is so damn nice and grateful to be here. Here anyway, where I live, they are. And their food is phenomenal. But anyway, so those are just some of my stories of weird neighbors. I remember I had this one guy that lived below me for a while, and I had parquet floors. If you know what those are, they're not wood, but they're not linoleum. It's called parquet flooring. And my high heels, where I was a secretary, walking in them, I would forget to take them off. Okay, I was a pain in the ass, I'm sure, to this guy. But I don't think that's what bothered him as much as my Mariah Carey blasting it loud and Celine Dion. And I would practice singing quite a lot. And he would hit the my floor, his ceiling, with a broom. It's like, what do you want me to do? You're the one with the carpet, dude. I don't have carpet in my apartment. Anyway, so yeah, he didn't live there long either. I'm loud. I'm sorry. When I'm getting ready and doing my hair, I've got to like pretend I'm in a music video with Mariah Carey, you know, or my makeup doesn't turn out right. So I got to crank it up and oh, oh, ready for this jelly. Got to put on some good Beyonce and J Lo. Um, right. Hold on, I'm gonna turn on the AC. I'm getting hot. Honey, got me hooked on you. Okay. All right, I'm going to show you this little video I put together to chill out. As you know, I'm moving away from the drama crap. just want to make y'all laugh and have a good time and chat. And I'm going to show you a video I made. I hope you like it. Something to relax too. Get to it here.
Always on my mind. Could be alone, but you're never far from sight. As far as we go, through the darkest night, I hope it brings you peace of mind. I know we'll be alright, no matter where you go. Always on my mind. I could be alone, but you're never far from sight. As far as we go, through the darkest night, I hope it brings you peace of mind. I know we'll be alright. You can find me alone in this cold place, no face, enslaved to this place of time. Think I'm mystery unsolved like a cold case, and highways disgrace by the state of mind. Drinking strange water, leave a sour taste. Been looking for my soul in the haze prime. Getting kinda dull to this heartbreak as my heart shakes like the waves in a baseline. Boom. The good girl goes too strong. Stay by the light of the moon. And it gets better. Paths also change like the weather. Feel like a song you can't remember. See you in December, so know you'll be coming home. Soon after you'll be gone, and no matter where you go, always on my mind. And I could be alone, but you're never far from sight. As far as we go, through the darkest night, I hope it brings you peace of mind. I know we'll be alright, no matter where you go. You're always on my mind. And I could be alone, but you're never far from sight. As far as we go, through the darkest night, I hope it brings you peace of mind. I know we'll be alright now. Been trying to delay what the days take. Find myself locked up. Can't escape this, there's no way. Now haunted by the mistakes. Big stacks like chips on a small blind. Contacts to pay for lost time. Build yourself up from whatever's left of us. And the parts that stayed behind. Parts that stayed behind. Parts that stayed behind. No matter where you go, always on my mind. I could be alone, but never far from sight. As far as we go, through the darkest night, I hope it brings you peace of mind. I know we'll be alright now. I know we'll be alright now. I know we'll be alright now. We'll be alright now.
I hope y'all enjoy that. A little bit better than all the drama, right? Trying to get away from that. I took some polls and I thought that I would share some of the results with you guys. Let's see here. Here's one. I have been flashed in person, or exhibitionist has flaunted their Johnson jugs in front of me. 31% said yes, they have been flashed, and 54% said no. Um, and then, which I've had that happen to me. Have y'all ever had that happen? Have you ever had anyone flash you? I have a story. You know, I've got a story. Thank you, crazy chicken lady. I appreciate that. Yeah, just something chill. I'm not going to get involved in all the creator versus creator drama. I don't care to do that. So I hope that y'all can come and chill and not have to worry about that kind of stuff. So anyway, I was taking my kid to Toys R Us here, and I remember, was she with me or was I shopping for Christmas? She wasn't with me. I remember the whole story now. That's right. I was on my lunch hour and I went to Toys R Us. That's right. Okay. So it was real busy. It was Christmas time. And I remember where I parked. The guy, when I got out of my car, I could see him inside his with his Willie. And it scared the ever living crap out of me. And I thought, oh my God, look at all the children everywhere. That's what this guy's doing. And I remember I saw this security guard right outside. It was so busy. I remember I grabbed the security guard and I took him to the car. That's right. I could tell you what kind of car it was. It was one of those cake car. The those it was like a Dart, Dodge Dart type car. Blue. And he was sitting in there doing his business, watching. It had to have been. I mean, it was Toys R Us. Yeah, I remember that. God, I had forgotten about that until just now. Yeah, that was crazy. So yeah, they got him. They got him. Decent, indecent exposure, I'm sure, or something. I don't know, but they got him. And let's see, what else have I had something like that happen to me? I posted a couple of tutorials on how to do a razor French bob. If there's any hairdressers in here that follow me, I, as you know, went to beauty school but didn't finish. But I still like to stay up on my craft, and so I'm able to do my hair and my family's hair for free. And so I shared some of those tips whenever I come across them that I think might do you some good. Um, then here's another poll question. I have had a weirdo neighbor. 50% said yes. They've had a weirdo neighbor. And then 26% said, I'm the weirdo neighbor. It's me. It's me. I thought that's hilarious. Okay, and then I have had a peeping Tom in my lifetime, meaning someone watching you, trying to see you put your bras ears on in your drawers. I have had a peeping Tom in my lifetime. 44% yes, and 9% still do. 9% still has one. Yeah, I'm the weirdo neighbor. It's me. Okay, and then oh, I shared just something I like to follow is this channel where she cooks simple back when, back in the simpler times where she lived in a wooden cabin in the 1700s, and I am so jelly of that. I would love to do that. Cook all of my food over the fireplace and just simple times, and her little cabin is decorated, and here, I'll show it to you. I've got it as a background. I forgot I uploaded it as a background. I was gonna say, I'm so tired. I hired this girl to come in and cook for me, so I put it up as a background. Watch. I'm stupid. This is, oh man, my little box. I'll remove myself from the studio so y'all can see. I want to live in days like that. You know, wouldn't that be cool? Anyway, so I have a recipe for you. Hey, MacD, good to see you. Yay! And this is from the 1700s, actually 1796, lemon chicken recipe, and it's on my community wall there. I can read it to you, real simple. To fry cold chicken, quarter your chicken, rub the quarters with yolk of egg, um, then dredge it in some breadcrumbs, pepper, salt, nutmeg, grated lemon peel, and chopped parsley. Fry it, and then you make gravy to dip it in. It's called lemon chicken, and it was a popular Christmas meal in the 1700s, and I thought y'all would like that. And then I have let's see here. There was another little clip I wanted to show y'all. Let's see, did I download him? Wow, I forgot to download him. Okay, I'll put that on for the next time. Okay. Then there was meat production and why you might feel sick after eating is the USDA warning of the pink slime that's been added to meat for a decade or more. Is starting to creep back into our food. I shared that from the USDA X Factor. How to remove hormones from your chicken meat. We've discussed that several times here, how that can result in polycystic ovarian syndrome, along with a lot of other hormone issues because of the hormones in chicken. And this is a way to remove it if you're unable to buy organic chicken. And I shared that on my wall there. Okay, and then I shared, let's see, I most relate to 28% said Charlie Brown, but 34% said Peppermint Patty. I most relate to Peppermint Patty, 34% won. Okay, and then I had asked, I donate to local thrift stores and charities. 87% said yes, and that is just fantastic. That's fantastic. And when you do donate, I know everyone wants to run out to a Goodwill and donate there. Hey, country girl. But if you would consider the shelters, the homeless shelters, the battered women shelter, these women leave literally on the fly, and they're unable to pack. When they have to flee, they flee. There's no, well, let me get my curling iron. Well, let me get my good bra that doesn't have the cord coming out. So think of the people, women and children in the battered women's shelter. They sometimes get overlooked, and charities like Goodwill just get an abundance of things when it really needs to go to places like the shelters for immediate need. Not something that's going to hang on a shelf for profit. So and then let's see. I dumped dates over and what one? Bad breath. Yes. Bad breath one. 43% bad breath. And then 30% body odor. You got to smell good, and you can't have smelly breath, guys. If you're trying to pull chicks, you got to get some peppermint, man, and some really good cologne. That's French for cologne. Okay, and then just some thoughts that were going on in my head. If YouTube offered Google stock options to creators, would they be more responsible with their material they share. Hey, Buttercup baby, good to see you. I love that cat. I want to hug and kiss that cat. I love my cats. If YouTube offered Google stock options to creators, would they be more responsible with their material? The answer is yes, at 43%. Eventually, stockholders will pressure Google to crack down on YouTube for dangerous trolling. 30%. Eventually, stockholders will see people aborting the platform and going to other sites to and they're going to lose money. Okay, you're going to lose money. So they're going to crack down on that. Stockholders will definitely say, we can't do this anymore because of class action lawsuits. And do I really need to say anymore? Okay, the problem with Boit trashy drama channels is they only concentrate on, and all of the above one at 63%, fake outrage, negative drama, the same old people, and hate mongering. 63%. Yeah, no good. And then 21%, which I think is fantastic, own Google stock. So you don't want to see people leave the platform if you own a chunk of it, right? Most channels I patronize are not on YouTube. There you go. See? Would it come with strings attached? I'm thinking it would make them more responsible, right? They're thinking, oh, well, this is Google. It belongs to somebody else. Well, it belongs to yourself. You don't really necessarily want to put out garbage, do you? That's my thought process. And then you don't want to run people off because your bottom line suffers when you run people off, right? You're wanting to gain talent, not run it off to other platforms where they will get the profits. That would be biting your foot, right? Google isn't just YouTube, right? But we're talking about Google and YouTube. So consider that, right? If you own a chunk of this, you don't necessarily want it to get ruined when you own part of it. You know, when you have, well, I don't have to teach you that. If you don't understand that, I mean, I support other channels because they are drama content, only 11%. More entertaining, 85%. In 2024, I'll be working toward moving up and out of Boy, the bottom of YouTube garbage, fake outrage drama channels. Please let me know what you want to see more of me. Voice impressions, add a karaoke night, interviews, game night, comedy, or an improv. And interviews won at 53%. And if you have anyone that you have in mind that you would like to have me interview, email me. My email is up there, I would think. And then, let's see here. Here are some good tips for the holidays. Just some mental health tips. Don't go into debt with trying to show people how much you love them. Don't go visit your family if it compromises your mental health. And if someone comments on your weight, eat them. Yeah. Yeah, I hear ya. That's sort of how I feel, Davy. Take the last train to Clarksville. Meet you at the station. Okay. Was that all of the questions I'd asked? I think so. Um, I shared a really pretty rendition of Bridge Over Troubled Water by Simon and Garfunkel. That's on my wall too, and it is so beautiful. If you get a chance to go listen to it, it's just beautiful. I didn't know Rabbit was live. Um, hmm. Oh well, I guess I'll have to go watch it after I get off. I didn't know. Oh me. So let's see. What is tomorrow? I'm gonna be talking about. I think tomorrow is when I talk about a local it's called Bloody Christmas, and it's about the Lawson murders here in Stokes County over Christmas back in, I think it was the 50s, maybe earlier, and we'll talk about that. It's just sort of a neat story from my hometown that I thought I'd share with you. There's a book out there and everything. I'll have to pull it up and tell y'all all about it. Share it with you. To make America great again. Okay. I've really slimmed down on the channels I've subbed to. I'm really bored with the most. Me too. Let me tell you what I did, Matt B. I really enjoy crafts and things like that, and then I want to get into, I do a lot of thrifting. Shop at thrift stores, and we get collectibles and things like that that we sell on the side, Carolina Pickers, and we curb pick and resell, refurbish, repurpose, recycle, whatever you want to call it. And I'm over this, these just, ridiculously, they just argue, go in circles, argue, train new trolls every year, and I'm not. That's not how. There's so much other stuff I want to do. I want to add a karaoke night because I enjoy singing, and sometimes Days has so many people on panel, you don't get to sing what you want to sing sometimes. And so I thought, shit, well, why don't I just sing what I want to sing from my own channel and not overload her board? And so I thought that would give her a break and let her come up and not have to fumble with the equipment, just relax, and because I just love to hear her. And sometimes she doesn't get to sing like I know she wants to, because there's so many of us that are wanting to. And so I think we could use another night on another channel to give her a break and let her just be a singer, because we all love her so much and enjoy her voice so much. Um, and I thought about, a game night. Let's do some kind of game. And I'm going to tell you what I want to do. I like Trivial Pursuit. I like that, where I'll ask you a question and then y'all give me your opinion on it, whether it's A, B, or C, and then we'll just kind of do a Trivial Pursuit night, and then I might do a virtual clue game, a Who Done It, a murder mystery night, and just get away from the garbage, right? Um, so that's kind of what I'm gonna write that down before I forget, because I will forget that I want to do that. I love murder mystery stuff like that, like Clue and the Who Done It. Okay, let's see what else. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, let the women have some fun. There you go. Let her kick back and have something to drink. I'm getting ready to make it. That's a great idea. Yeah, maybe I can make some crafts and go live and we can just talk while you watch me make them. My husband does a lot. You'd have to have few on panel for the murder mystery. We could do it members only and keep it calm that way. Do a members only. I think so too. You are such a hoot, Buttercup baby. You make me laugh so hard. Yes, upcycle. That's another way to put it. Yeah, I prefer used stuff. I don't know. It's just got more character to it. When I go to buy new stuff, I'm underwhelmed, if that's a word. I'm underwhelmed. Yeah, I love Trivial Pursuit. And where I live, we've got this, it's called Edwin McCain. It's a huge thrift store, and they have like multiple uh, versions, versions of Trivial Pursuit. There's like Spanish, there's like different years, the 90s, the 2000s. Um, so I'm gonna go look there. I think hopefully this weekend and get some stuff and do like that. And hopefully we'll do this wigging out for New Year's. I'm not sure what happened over at Ernie's this afternoon. I came in right at the end where he was saying he used something as an example and to be a responsible troll, I guess, and not to run with misinformation and ruin people's lives with misinformation, and to vet your resources. Especially what has happened with me here. That's sort of why I had the parody of what happened with me and BDAC. No, I've never thought he was truly involved in anything nefarious. I just thought he should see what it felt like. That's all. And so when you encourage trolling, and I'm guilty of the exact same thing, being in chat and roo-rawing it on, and I'm not going to do that because it can come right back and people be roo-rawing it happening to you. So this is like a really good lesson on karma. Don't do unto others as you wouldn't want done to you. However you want to see that virtue. This is a great way for you to get your comings up and if you've done it to someone else. And so don't be going snitching on people either. We all have skeletons, and don't act like you don't. If you go snitching on people, people gonna snitch right back on you. So just do your art. Concentrate. I really loved this week because I went over to Griff, and he's put out these great videos of him singing. And then I go over to Betty. She's reading Tara. I go over to Rabbit, and she's been to the bin store shopping and decorating. I go over to Dazed, and she's singing and showing us her dolls that she makes. And I was like, yes, yes, this is what we've been wanting the freedom to do from trolls, is let us just be artists. We don't want to get caught up in your fake storyline drama crap. We just want to sing and dance. So let us sing and dance, proverbially, and we'll be good, and you'll be good, and we'll all get along, and the sky will be high, and the moon will be low, and the day will be long. To us do us part, so help me God. Never the twain shall meet. Amen. Right? Hey, Maggie, good to see you. Wake up, Maggie, I think I got something to say to you. Yeah, always good to see. Yeah, I think I might do some cooking segments too. Me and my husband like to cook. You got your tablet. That's great. Now I need to figure what to go live about. Oh gosh, your chickens, honey, please. I have so many questions about chickens. I want to see your chicken feathers because I want to make earrings. I want to know so much about chickens. Are you kidding me? I'm picking your brain apart, baby. Try another sprinkled donut. Okay. Hey, Freeside. I know that's you. This is what we're like, you know, um, what was I saying? Don't snitch. This is what we look like.
This is the riot. 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 What are you yelling about? Like you said, you broke the law by making an illegal U-turn, and I hereby, as a citizen of the town of Mayberry in the United States of America, arrest you. Hooray! Now, just a minute. Come running after me screaming, citizens arrest! Citizens arrest!
So let's not be like that, right? Let's not be snitches. I did too, Maggie. And I have so much enjoyed Rabbit. She's been putting together these great videos of these shopping hauls that she's. I love shopping. I went to a jewelry live and shop last night. I'd much rather shop than hear the fighting, y'all. He has an excellent voice. He needs to let that crap go because they're all just trying to deter us that are real artists, okay? They don't want us to have a healthy, good, productive channel, okay? And just don't let them in. And keep doing your tap dance, your dog and pony show, and just be really, really tight with who you let in your chat. And if they show out, you just show them the door. You know what I mean? I'm just determined to keep going and keep growing and changing and evolving, just like Madonna. Right? Just like Madonna. I only found that out over the last few days. Yes, I know, right? Yes, it was so good. He was on earlier. Yeah, so I'm just really looking forward to exploring the things that I want to share with you all. Me and my husband have been talking about all the things that we want to go and do and take you with us, and we'll have fun doing it. And no drama, man. Right? I can support them without having them on my couch. Right? I can love you, but you ain't got to be on my porch. Right. I get what Ernie was trying to do, but I don't think people hung out long enough to hear what he was trying to do. So I think things are going to be hectic around here, but just know that here we're going to chill and I'll express to you what's going on in my life and hopefully I can learn from it, teach you something from it, and we can just sort of fellowship. Um I wish, yeah, I do too. I wish Ernie would stop taking those glutamine supplements. I know. I read that it's really, really hard on your organs taking supplements like that. Tell me in a nutshell, Gypsy, what Ernie hopes to do. In my opinion, I think today he was trying to get across don't run with screenshots and think that they are because you have a screenshot of someone saying something doesn't mean that that's who that person is, that they can be being trolled. And you could be running with a lie and ruin someone's whole life over a screenshot that wasn't vetted back to see if it was really that person. Does that make sense? He did it in a roundabout way. He kind of did it the way I did it during the week, as if to say, be responsible in what information you share and run with. I just feel like he did it in an artistic way. Does that make sense? Because it's probably out of context. Ernie needs to cut down on the protein. Oh, yeah. I think he eats a lot of chicken. Yeah, he probably, I don't know. I don't know. I would check into like cleansers. That's what I would do. I would try to go to all natural, right? Um, gosh, I temped when I was a temporary as a secretary at a dialysis center, and my heart goes out to him when he says, "No, that ain't gonna be me." They would have to come 3 times a week and sit there from 7 in the morning to noon to that machine. And it was like, what kind of quality of life is that? It was so sad. Every Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, or every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, they would come and get their dialysis from 7 to noon. It was just, wow, man, that takes commitment. And if you're a person with any type of ADHD, it's like, I can't commit to something like that. I do good to hold down a job that I can get to every day on time and stay during the duration, you know? um, so, I don't know. I wish I knew more about it. I don't. So I don't want to even um, speculate on any of it. I just know it's when I was temping in the office, it was sad. It was a sad existence for those folks coming in and getting it. But I don't know. I guess I'll go see what Rabbit's Live's about and send y'all over that way. I don't know what's happening. Hopefully everything's okay. I don't know if she's still alive or not, is she? I don't think so. Oh well, anyway, she had some really good shopping videos. And I didn't get to hear all of Ernie's. I came in at the very end, and I don't know. I don't know. I am too. I'm really sick of those people. Yeah, I am too. They've ran it into the ground. They've ran it into the ground. It's 2 years of it. They need to like find a new shtick. And it's just like Griff was saying, we don't want any of them to leave. We just want you to find a new shtick that doesn't hurt people. You know, start this new year doing something else. The whole troll thing is so old, it's not effective anymore. You know, so you'll just have to go be evil somewhere else. Come up with something new, you know? The dachshund is old. The shock factor of, all of it is so over. It's done. Yeah, everybody got burnt out and um, you know, uh Jerry Springer got canceled eventually, folks. There's a reason why. There's a reason. Okay. We want some brain food, some mental stimulation. Um, those of us that are, of higher education, it seems frivolous that we're spending our time hanging out in the basement like that. So I found the escalator. and I took a ride on it, and I've been shopping, and I'm getting out of the basement. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm determined, and that's just how it's gonna be. Yep. I you know I I find we all leave when drama happens, and those troll channels are the ones that hang out. That's what I notice. Sock accounts, trolls. We all leave. That's what I notice, and we come to like each other. I had to rewatch because I missed the beginning too. Oh, is it still up? I didn't know it was still up. Yes, they're boring. It's overdone. She is. Okay, I'll go hang out and see what's over there then. Okay, so if y'all want to come on over to Rabbit, like I said, she's been doing some great lives on shopping, and we all love to shop, right? And shopping just makes me happy. So let's go hang out and see what she's about. I hope y'all enjoyed today, and consider becoming a member of my channel because I would like to start doing some members only lives, sub lives, and such. Okay. All right. I love you guys. We'll talk to you later. Bye.
Always on my mind, yeah. Could be alone, but you're never far from sight. As far as we go, and through the darkest night, I hope it brings you peace of mind. I know we'll be alright, no matter where you go. Always on my mind, yeah. I could be alone, but you're never far from sight. As far as we go, through the darkest night, I hope it brings you peace of mind. I know we'll be alright. You can find me alone in this cold place, no place to stay to this place of time. If a mystery unsolved like a cold case, and highways disgraced by a state of mind. Drinking strange water, leave a sour taste. Been looking for my soul in the haze prime. Getting kinda dull to this heartbreak as my heart shakes like the waves in a baseline. The good girl grows too strong. Stay by the light of the moon, and it gets better. Path also change like the weather. Feel like a song you can't remember. See you in December, so tomorrow you'll be coming home. Soon after you'll be gone, and no matter where you go, always on my mind, and I could be alone, but you're never far from sight. As far as we go, through the darkest night, I hope it brings you peace of mind. I know we'll be alright, no matter where you go. You're always on my mind, and I could be alone, but you're never far from sight. As far as we go, through the darkest night, I hope it brings you peace of mind. I know we'll be alright now. Been trying to delay what the days take. Find myself locked up. Can't escape this, there's no way. Now haunted by the mistakes. Mistakes like chips on a small blind. Try text to pay for lost time. Build yourself up from whatever's left of us, and the parts that stayed behind. Parts that